Hi everybody, and welcome to Dodson 5. This is a brand new series I'm doing about becoming a homeowner in California. And let's just jump right into it, huh? A little Philip DeFranco action. You like that? You like that? Okay, anyways, enough of the weird stuff. My name is Deborah. I'm 32 years old and I live in the Valley of California. I'm not in like a crazy expensive part like in the Bay Area or LA, but it is pretty expensive, and if I lived outside of California, I could have bought in a house and already probably paid it off. Like it would just be really inexpensive, but I don't live there. This is where I live, and this is where I'm gonna be for at least a little while. And so the goal is to become a homeowner, but I do feel like maybe we're in a little bubble and it's not a good time to buy. Like, I never want to buy at the highest time, but you obviously can't predict what it's going to be like. So I felt I was most comfortable in paying off all the debts that I had already happening. And even if I do buy a house while it's on the top, at least that will be my only debt. All my other debts will be completely paid off and I won't even have to worry. So that's what the goal is. That's what the plan is. About a week ago, Josh and I sat right here and we went over every penny that we had in any of our accounts, in anything that we owed, and what we made, everything. Like, everything was down to the penny, and we shared all of that. However, when I was editing, I felt like it was just way too intrusive and I was just giving away way too many details that I felt should be a little bit more private. So I'm redoing it. It's just going to kind of be like a general idea of what the debts are, along with a plan of how I'm going to pay them off. And as it comes to saving money for like closing costs, I would also share information, and then saving money for 3 to 6 months of any bills that I have before I can like buy a house in case something happens. I want to have that as well. So I want to be like incredibly prepared before the house buying process does begin. And that probably means taking on a second job for right now. And after I am debt free, the goal is to leave my job. And I am so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. I just don't feel like my day was worth anything. Like, I feel like I just lost a whole 8 hours of my life, and it didn't make me fulfilled. It didn't make me feel good. I didn't feel like I had helped anyone in any way. Like, I don't know. It's just a very unsatisfactory way to live your life. So even if I go to a job where I am making less money, which, I mean, it's not the goal. The goal is to make more money and be happy, but as long as I'm doing something where I feel fulfilled, even if I'm making less money, I'll take it and I'll roll with it and I'll make it work for me. So in order to do that and be prepared for that, the steps I have to take is to be completely debt-free. So my number one debt, the biggest debt I have, and the biggest thing that's been a pain in my butt has been my school loans. I did go to Paul Mitchell, and I do regret that in almost every way possible. But my biggest regret is that while you're in school, all the staff go around and they tell you, you have 2 years, don't worry about your bill, you have 2 years before you have to start paying it off. 2 years. Ladies, you have 2 years. Ladies, 2 years. Don't worry about your bill for 2 years. What they don't tell you is that while you're not paying your bill, you are being charged interest. And that interest is becoming much more higher than what the bill was to begin with. So I've paid probably like $6,000 on this bill, and I am only $600 less than what I was when I got the bill day number 1. So it's very frustrating. It drives me nuts. It's divided into 4 different loans. And it's just been such a pain in the butt. One of them are completely paid off. The other 3 are not. One of them has a really high interest, and the other 2, it's not really that bad. So those are my goals right now. I think in total, that one right there puts me at like 10,000, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I did have a paper from the other night when we were here doing this, but I can't find it. So I'm just, you know, doing whatever. And then we also have like medical bills, car loan, just a bill from Best Buy, which isn't really that much. I think it's like $3,000. It was for the refrigerator. I think we put an Xbox on it. I don't know. It doesn't have any interest for 18 months or something, and I know it'll be paid off in 18 months. I'm not really worried about that bill at all. My biggest worry right now is my school loan, and after I get that paid off, that'll be like the biggest. And we are doing our taxes on, what day is it today? Where's my calendar at? We are doing our taxes on the 4th at 4. So on Wednesday I'm doing my taxes, and if I get a chunk of money back, which I'm not really expecting to because normally we don't, but if I do, that will definitely go to my school loans so I can be that much closer and I can fill this baby out a little bit more. I don't know if you can see this well or not, but the whole total started at like $50,000 and each little square is worth $5,000. So we're not halfway done, but we're almost at halfway. I feel like my ultimate goal is by Easter, but at least by the end of the year, I'll be really happy with myself. And then, you know, I can just start doing the things that I want to do after my money goals have been met. So I'm really excited. Another thing that I would like to share is when I first met Josh, he was not officially divorced, but I wasn't like the person who came in and wrecked a family or anything like that. They were not living together. They hadn't had a relationship in like 2.5 years or something. And when I first got with him, we paid a huge amount to get him out of debt. It was like a lot of collections debt, because they knew they were getting a divorce and neither of them wanted to like have it, but then it just ended up like really hurting his credit, which was like horrible. So that was like $17,000 or $23,000, I'm not sure how much it was, in collection debt that we paid to get his money better. So it's just like, we did so good, we were out of debt, and then I didn't pay my school bill when I should have, but I wasn't the one working that much because I got pregnant and I was really sick, and I didn't want to spend Josh's money to pay my school loan, even though it wouldn't have like affected us at all. Our bills were so incredibly cheap, I could have paid it off without even thinking about it, and now I feel so dumb that I didn't, because all of that has just collected interest and it's just made me pay more and more money. Like, it just, I don't know, it was like so dumb of me to do that, and looking back I'm like, why would I even make that decision? And like making the decision to rent instead of own, I know why I made it. I know why I made it, because we weren't married and I didn't know if we were gonna last or not. You know, like, I can go back to exactly how I was feeling that day, but then I'm like, why didn't I just buy a house 5 years ago instead of renting for the last 5 years? And I wasted all this money, and now houses are, you know, double what they were back then, and I am so dumb. So instead of like dwelling on that, I'm just going to do this debt thing and get myself out of it. And after I have my savings where I want it to be at, then we are going to go house shopping, and that is also going to be on the series as well. And a couple weeks ago, Josh and I went to a first home buyer program, and I think we're going to use that lady to be our real estate agent when we are ready to buy. She knows that we're going to do like this debt journey thing and start on a new clear free note. So I think after we're done with this, we're probably going to get a hold of her and go house shopping with her. But I do have like clips from that day and like feedback. I obviously didn't record in her class because it was like kind of personal, like one-on-one type stuff, and that would have been like super weird. But yeah, so that's about all I have right now. But this is the beginning of our debt-free journey. If you want to know more, if you want to know like specific details, you can go ahead and message me. I will share them. I will share all the pennies and all the money and stuff with you. But just for like the whole internet right now off the bat, I'm just uncomfortable with that. Like, I just felt like it was way too detailed, telling you exactly what I made, exactly what I had, exactly what I owe. Like, I know plenty of people on YouTube do this, and I'm a huge fan of Katie and Colin. Is that his name? Colin? What is their name? Now I don't even know what their names are. And I was like, I'm such a big fan of them. Yeah, Katie and Colin. Yeah, that's their name. They're from Alabama. They're super cute. And they always talk about like how expensive their house is for Alabama. She's like, our house is so expensive. Our house is so huge. Our house is so whatever. And then she's like, it costs $600,000. And I'm like, $600,000? $600,000? Like, that's just a regular decent house where I live. Like, what? But I'm proud of them. They're paying off all their debts. They're doing so good. I listened to her podcast. You guys, I don't know if you're a fan of them or not, but if you're not, you have to go listen to her. She has a podcast about addiction and being in a relationship with people that have addiction. Oh, oh my God, that, yeah. So go ahead and listen to that. That was wonderful. But yeah, they've like really inspired me to do this on my own. They're doing really good and I'm so proud of them. I'm pushing for them to get out of debt, and they share all the dollars. Like they were like, we got a check for $13,000, so we're paying this and this and this and this. You got a check for $45,000, so we're paying this and this and this. And I can't do that. Like I can't be that open. I feel like I'm an open book. I feel like anything you want to know, I'll just tell you, but I cannot do that with my money. Like I'm planning on my job changing in the future. I'm planning on income from my child support I get from Bethany's dad changing. I plan on the child support that we pay for Clayton changing. Like, you know, I just feel like so many things are going to be changing, and I am uncomfortable with all of that. I don't know. I was uncomfortable with it. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe I was just weird about it. I don't know. But anyways, that's the story. This is our new journey to becoming debt-free. I know I talked a whole bunch, but I want to go through these together with you and knock them out with you. And every time $500 is paid for, I want to do this with you. And I'm so incredibly excited. I also have this one to pay off for my student loan. This one makes me really sad. I want to add all the money that I've paid in interest. But I think it's like unfair. But like I want to add it in here. It's added in here. The interest that I've paid is added in this one. Because I was like, oh heck no. Like I have paid a ton of money for it to not get counted. Like that money still came out of my account. Like, you know, I still worked for it. But in the meantime, I do plan on getting a second job. Maybe like an Uber. Maybe like babysitting. I don't know, something. I work kind of a weird schedule, but I am off on weekends. So I can do something. I can do something to earn extra money. And yeah. So that's it for now, but I hope that you are excited, and I hope I didn't like make you completely bored. If you're still watching, you have to subscribe. You have to, because this was heck long and you're still here. So that means that we should just be friends. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, and let's be debt free, and let's buy a house and all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, I love you.